You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm not ready. Apparently, we're not ready. We've sat around here for 30 minutes just lining up all the great conversation we're going to have tonight.
Yeah.
Should be about, but we're here back, folks, here. Beautiful Smith Lake.
In Coleman, Alabama.
The kitchen studio, but not for long.
No.
Well, maybe longer than we want to.
Construction's in progress.
Construction's in progress. I took a couple of pictures and put on the old Facebook or Meeting 2 page, and we'll get the shed studio fired up. We'll have it by first frost. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, sorry. Sorry, I was spinning my fidget thing, something on an ink pen. But maybe by first frost, I don't know. Man, time's getting away. Every weekend I've got something right now. And then starting into August, work days at the hunting club starts. I got 4 of them.
I've got work
plus
days
Fridays and Saturdays.
Well,
I assume I might have work days down there too. If
I don't know when that's coming.
Well,
I'll let you know.
You'll have to let me know, and I'll have to see. That's kind of like I was telling Bot's car. You know, I said, he said, you got in that club? You know how he is. I said, yeah, I did. Well, I'll be seeing you down there. I said, well, you ain't going to see me much. I said, you probably won't even see me during deer season. I can't think of a reason I'd be down there. I do want to go down there and somebody drive me around and show me more than one place to park.
Yeah.
Because when we went down in the spring, that's all we did was drive that same place every morning. I know.
And what a glorious place
it was. A glorious place.
Well, like I told you, I mean, I've killed several turkeys just right there at the camp.
I want to go see this new piece of property, how I got in.
Yeah.
This new place you can camp, supposedly.
Yep, it's right on Lake Wedowee.
That's what I'm saying. Might have a summertime place to go.
Yeah, supposedly it's already got a spot going all the way to the water. Oh, so we need to go down and check it out and see if you can drive a vehicle, you need your buggy or whatever.
Yeah, and you hadn't even looked at mine down there. You didn't take a good close look at it. I got me a new electric ride. Actually, I paid for it, but it's not mine apparently. I was already told. I can't drive it nowhere right now because if you look over there on the kitchen counter, the headlight lenses are laying over there.
Uh-huh.
Where she still hadn't cleaned the goo off of them to put the new goo on there to stick them back on because there was dust behind them. Dust.
Well, let's not talk about dust, man. Laura went on the Yogi's annual hunting club ride this weekend, and oh my goodness, was it hot and dry. My wife says, I don't see how you work out in this every day. She said, I'm sweating in place. I didn't even know you could sweat. She said, I'm sweating between my fingers. I said, yeah, it's hot. No buggy's putting off heat. And
I figured she'd go, if it don't rain, I'm never coming back down here on the dry ride.
I think we ended up doing, we rode Friday evening, a little bit Friday night, and then Saturday. I think we done 100 and some odd miles in 2 days, which ain't a whole lot, but yeah, that ride's a lot about fellowship and 5:30.
Well, that's kind of kicking off our events coming up. You had that big event, and this weekend we got a big event.
Yep. Deer and Turkey Expo.
I was going to see if you're going to say anything. I was trying to lead you into it. The what is it? The 41st annual or
I think
something like that. Largest deer expo in America.
Hoping to get to meet a bunch of people while we're there. Try to get our name out.
Had several people already ask me if we was going to be there. And, talked with Eddie the other day, and then William with Legacy Game Calls. And of course, we know we're going to run into the North Alabama Outdoor Sportsman. So, and they know a ton of people. We're going to run into everybody.
Mark
Brenner, and who knows who all's going to be there. Is Hannah Barron going to be there?
She's usually there.
We need to get her on this podcast. I don't know how the wives would take that.
I'd like to hear about that catfishing, man, because that's something that I just, I don't know about that.
I can't do it.
I just don't
I'm not
think
going to do it. I mean, we can go out here and practice. I can build some things that you can stick your arm up into. I can guarantee you.
I can drown on my own.
If you'll get me some like 8-inch, 10-inch corrugated pipe about 3 foot long, what in the world of boats are... We're on the lake, folks, so...
That's a Sea-Doo.
We got a Sea-Doo running around out here right at dark when they ain't even supposed to be running around. But anyway, if you'll get me that corrugated stuff about 3-4 foot long, I'll jam it down in here when the water's down. Them catfish will be in there this next summer, and you can run your arm up in there.
I always wonder if there's snakes up in there, too.
Nah, there ain't going to be no snake if it's completely underwater. They can't breathe. I'm not saying in the bank where there's an air hole. Turtle. I'm saying we can take them and cut them.
I've got a 6-foot piece.
Well, we can cut it in half. What size is it? I don't want no monster one because that would be a big old catfish.
I think they're 10s.
Well, okay.
Might be 12.
Ooh, that's big. Have big fish get in there.
I can get you a 36.
No, we don't need no whales out there. But I did notice before I pulled all those concrete form things up, they were all kind of laid up and stuff. I could catch catfish over there all summer long. Now that I've moved them all around, ain't nothing over there anymore. A few brim.
Interesting.
I got a guy that wanted me to say Freon drums. That's what he uses them for. He takes and cuts a hole in the top, drills a few holes in the bottom. He fills them with water and sinks them. Puts his little buoy on, puts them off his dock too. Pulls them up about every 2 or 3 days, and there'll be 3 or 4 catfish in each one of them.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And I never thought about doing it.
Well, we definitely have some good times coming up.
Oh yeah. I guess everybody out there could tell that yeah, we did struggle for something to talk about. We're talking about Freon jugs and catfish, but we'll have more to talk about next week, I promise you. With the Deer Expo coming, we'll be there Saturday and probably Sunday.
Yeah.
Anybody down there seeing us, we'll be walking around. You'll just look for the 2 good-looking guys, and we'll
kind of look like a father and son team.
It won't be if you go and look for the 2 good-looking guys, it won't be us, but they can point you our way. So this should be a good time. There's always something new, some new gadget that I look at. I really don't need anything. Are you looking for anything in particular? I know what you're going to be buying. I know what you're going to buy. You're going to be buying a set of $200-$300 hunting clothes for a girl.
Grace.
Yeah, and I'm going to help her shop.
Well, she bought a set of pants last year. It was $190, just one pair of pants.
They wasn't even insulated.
No, but you can just keep growing into them.
We're going to go see Carrie Marsh. They carry a line of women's clothing she says she loves and that kind of stuff, so we might can get her set up something good and warm to hunt with.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be.
You know, that's somebody.
Just holding her hand out.
We need to get Carrie on here one night.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, she killed that monster buck in velvet, and she killed that turkey this year and got attacked by cows. Did you see that video where they chased her out of the pasture?
Yeah.
I had flashbacks of that when I was running them cows out in Oklahoma.
Well, we need to take some of that video and do a little something with it that I got of you out there working them cattle.
I don't know what video you even talking about. Old Cowboy Crow out there herding the cow. Hey, it worked for an hour.
Yeah. It bought us a little time.
Bought us some time.
Then they come back in and
then the turkeys come out there. Remember that hen? She just come around there and run right between her legs, scratching around in the hay. She didn't care about them cows. You couldn't have shot one if they'd have been the biggest gobbler we ever seen. I don't know if you could have got a shot. There's so many cows out there. Hell, they're sticking their heads in the blind with us.
I had to give that one drink of water.
That one sneezed, blew snot all over the side of the blind. Anyway, we got that weekend. This weekend coming up with the deer show. Then we got a weekend off. I think you're going to take a little trip.
You'll be going to hell,
and I'm going. Yeah, look, I told you I forgot. I knew there was something when you kept. I think you even said I thought you had something one time. But we're going to run down to the beach for a couple of days just to say we went to the beach, I guess, with some friends. And you may be at the beach. I don't know, but Helen, Georgia, somewhere. Get over there in Helen, Georgia. You might get them old boys come south a little piece. I don't know if that's south or not.
I don't either.
It's in the mountains. They live in the mountains.
Yeah.
You know, you can get that General Lee horn blowing. I'm sure they might perk up and come over there and see what's happening. Just where you Alabama. Everything with Alabama.
Yeah.
Man,
I'll never make it out of Helen, Georgia.
Oh, they dogged me. That SEC championship game that time, we beat the crap out of them that night. Nobody would even speak to me next day. I went back to the restaurant where that woman said, I will see you tomorrow after this game. Okay.
Yeah, I know how that goes. When we used to guide those hunts in Missouri, they opened a brand new gas station. I don't remember what it was, and we were in there, and the guy was like, he's like, man, that's the first year Alabama played Missouri, and he said, boys, y'all got it coming tomorrow. We're like, oh, okay, and he was a big joke or whatever, and so we went back in on Sunday, and he was definitely eating crow. I mean,
I love it when it's like that.
yeah, but
Sometimes you got to eat it though.
he was a good sportsman about it. We was too. We wasn't like we gave him a real hard time. We were like, well, what happened? Boy, they just didn't show up. But that's how it goes, and that's a whole different thing that's about to start as well.
I've been very quiet. Oh, let me get up here closer. I fuss at people, and there I was leaning back. But I've been very quiet about Alabama's season this year.
I'm excited to see what they've even got.
Well, the first game or two are always gimme games, and then when they get in the meat of it, that's when you'll know. I still think they'll be in the hunt. He's still got a lot of good players down there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a good coach. He just has never been in the SEC. I don't think he knows what he's going to get if he does start losing. This ain't Washington. No, they'll be at his house. They'll be out there with pitchforks and torches. They sent moving vans to their house before. So.
Well, speaking of the University of Alabama, we'll be in Tuscaloosa August 3rd.
August 3rd. What's the name of that calling contest? Didn't you send it to me?
Yeah, I did.
I can look it up right here real quick. But we're going to be there. We're going to be represented, matter of fact.
Yeah.
We sure will. It'll be Peyton Lowe. She's going to be calling. Well, she's calling for herself, of course, but she's going to be sponsored by the Meat and Two podcast.
We're going to be her cheerleaders.
Oh, I'm going to be very quiet. I'm not going to not say a word while she's up there calling. But there's going to be one or two old boys up there calling. And you know what? I might be out there with that big foam finger waving and smiling. They better turn their back to the stage.
Oh, air horn.
Yeah. Oh, did you send that to me on Messenger?
No.
You text it?
Yeah, and it was a group text as well.
Oh, that's right. Let me go back over here. That'll be easier to find. Keep talking while I'm scrolling here. I get way too many texts.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I tried to go back and look at some stuff that me.
All right, here it is. Here it is. All right. That's a long one. I can't read all this, but I'll read some of it if I can get to it. God almighty.
I told you it was a small novel.
It's the 2024 Alabama State and Legends Memorial Open Turkey Calling Championships, presented by the Alabama State Chapter and the Tuscaloosa Chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation. August 3rd, which is 3 weeks.
No, it's next week. It'll be
weekend after next.
Yeah,
okay, 2 weeks. Yeah. Basically 2 weeks. It's going to be hosted down at Woods and Water in Tuscaloosa. If you guys have never been there, fabulous place.
Bring you spending money.
Yeah, if you ain't got cash, make sure you got a credit card because there will be something in there you won't. I don't think I've ever left out there without buying something. Anyway, yeah, they're located at 5101 Summit Ridge, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Registration's at 7:30 to 8:30 the day of the event. Callers and judges will meet immediate following the closed registration, and competitions begin at 9 a.m. Now, I don't know how long these things go on because is it all day or like up into the night?
Yeah, I think it'll be several hours.
Well, I mean, I don't doubt it'll be several hours. I know there's a Dreamland down the road. I might have to take a break.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of different categories. There's a senior open state.
Polts.
Yeah, I mean
they got a little bit.
There's owl hooting apparently, goblin, friction, trumpet, wing bone.
I think that's
from 7:30 to 11.
I think that one's going to be a pretty big event.
Now, is this when it says state open? That's only for state residents, right?
That's right. It says it in there.
So, what will the out-of-state boys be in? That's the state open juniors, state hunter, state senior hunter. Man, the state hunter's only $40. State senior division hunter's $100 entry fee. They must know us old guys got money.
Well, they got and they got some pretty good prizes.
Let's see. Okay, now we get to the open, but it don't give no times. There's an open trumpet wing bone division. We know who'll be in that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's much I hate to admit it, the old boy's got good on the wing bone.
Yeah.
He has really got good. Alex has really turned it on, and he's good with the friction. He ain't gonna be as good as somebody I know. Anyway, or he better be out in that pool practicing it all. I can tell him. Anyway, it's $50 entry on that. Once again, senior open, $100. Now, do you know the age? Is that?
The only age I saw was on.
Well, to be a senior, you got to be some old codger like me. I mean, there's got to be a cutoff like at 40 or. I know the youth now.
65.
See, the youth goes to 21 now. That was a big stink.
Well, yeah, because that's so.
Do you know anything about that? Why it was changed?
No, but it's actually on there because I was talking about maybe entering Graceland. But see, she's 13 now. And so she would be in the bigger kids. She's too old for Polts now.
Oh, you can't lie? I wouldn't say lie.
Nah, she's...
Let's see. Well, you know, a 13-year-old don't want to be a 12-year-old.
No, they want to even help you get in on tickets and stuff.
So anyway, it's going to be a good all-day event. I'm interested to see it. You know, once I see my competition, I might get in one of these days. Once I fill them out and know that I can just, do my thing.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if they'd like.
I'm excited to see. I mean, from what they talk about, the guys we know that do a lot of these competitions I mean, it's supposed to be like a really good time. Get to catch up with friends, good camaraderie. So, I mean,
well, it says here in the state friction for Alabama, that's not senior. State of Alabama and 21 years of age or older.
Mm-hmm.
And they're following the competition GNCC rules. So whatever GNCC is, I'm sure Alex and them can explain that to us since they're pros at it and they got their new podcast. What's it called? The Caller?
The Caller.
I've listened to one of them.
Speaking of the Talk About It Outdoor Boys, happy birthday, Christopher King.
Yes, happy birthday. You know how old he is? He didn't tell nobody, did he?
I think he's 50.
Is he 50? That's my kind of guy. Welcome to the club.
I think. Now, don't hold me to that, but I had saw where somebody posted something about 50, and maybe they were just giving him a hard time. I'm not exactly sure how old he is. All I know is he makes a heck of a turkey call. And he'll be
that's
there.
A killer call. I'm looking at it right now. Thinking about putting a grinder on my... putting a grinder on my
After all the drama.
Oh, no, I'd never live that down. I'd never live it down. I won't do that.
I saw that one call that he just finished, what is it, Cocoboa wood? Boy, that was pretty. I think it's a slate.
Well, that's the same wood that's on my Redbeard call. And that Cocobola wood, I was reading Dave Nebraska. You see any of his stuff? He got into it. That'll eat you up.
Yeah.
He didn't have his sleeves down or a mask on.
I remember an interview or something that Redbeard did that was talking about how that would eat you up. That would.
We need to talk to him. We need to get him on here one night. He'd be a cool guy to have. It'd be a slow one though.
I feel uneducated when I'm reading his stuff.
Well, and you'd never know he's a computer programmer.
No, that shot.
Motorcycle rider.
I might see that, but the computer programmer, I was like,
Yeah. But he said it worked out perfect for him. He gets to work from home. He can hunt when he wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. That's better than a barber.
Yeah.
Before we get too far off the call-in things, anybody that needs any other information, the guy to call's name is Terrence Williamson.
Which is a heck of a caller himself.
Yes. 205-792-3069 is his phone number. I'm assuming that's probably a cell number.
It is. And his voice mailbox is always full.
So you're better to text.
Yeah, he's super responsive to text.
And I'm not going to worry about his email. Just text him if you need some information. There ain't no need to email
I'm actually looking forward to meeting him.
Yeah, it's going to be. We're going to run into a lot of people down there. I don't know who all will be there, but it's with it being what it is. There's going to be some. There's going to be a lot of good callers there, great callers there. I mean, just the ones I know are damn good callers.
Yeah,
and it'll be fun. It's going to be a fun full day anyway.
We'll finish that weekend out, and then the following weekend.
Then we turn around. Then it's off to Georgia.
Waleska.
I don't know why I want to call it Wallaby, but I call it's Waleska. And you hear the banjos playing when you pull up into them hills. You remember the last year?
Especially if you go the wrong way.
We pulled up. We got a pin dropped to us. Old buddy dropped our pin, Nick. Now, he didn't put it on the driveway. He just put it in the middle of the road. So we had a 50-50 shot, and we chose poorly.
Yeah.
We turned to the right when we should turn left. And we went way out this road, and it got worse and worse and worse. And I swear there was a little boy that looked like Joe Biden playing the banjo on the porch. We had to turn around and get the heck out of Dodge. Come to find out, if we turned left, we just went right up the hill and been there. But it's going to be a good time. That's the, what do they call it? Just the annual bow shoot? Is it to talk about it outdoors? I mean, it ain't no something, as far as I know.
And there's still time to register, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So. I think they're going to register all the way up to the day, but if you register, well, I think time's passed now for T-shirt. Wasn't that early registration? I don't know, but
yeah.
But there's going to
there'll be some vendors there.
It's going to be fun. I mean, lots of targets. I don't know how many targets. Man, I can't remember.
I can't remember how many stations they are.
And got the steel ring to shoot through. If you like to waste arrows, you know.
I don't know who I'll be there. Cruiser Saddles was there last year. There was.
I think I heard Alex say something about Cruiser wasn't going to be there this year, but I'm not sure about that. Who knows?
Yeah.
You can't ever tell.
We'll be parking people.
Well, yeah, we'll be running the buggy up and down the hill and doing our thing. We're not going to be in shooting competition or anything. You know, I might do that one year, though. I might break the old bow out. What if they'd let me bring my crossbow and go shoot it?
In the senior division.
I don't know. Do they have divisions?
No. And that's the cool thing about it. It's
a hunter's division.
It's a hunter's division, yeah.
Now, I did see some rigged out bows, but most of them was just good old boys up there in their camo and their bows.
One guy was shooting longbow. I thought that was cool. But, I mean, I think you can use rangefinder and all, but it has to be a hunting setup, which the hunting setups now look like you're going to an archery tournament. I mean, you can crank them up and down.
Hey, I was watching Instagram reel, I guess, video. Clay, Newcomb from Bear Grease. He's going on a mountain goat thing in Alaska next month. And they've told him to be proficient at least to 70 yards. And he's bought a new bow. And it has the front stabilizers, the rear stabilizers. He's talking about he don't know how much it weighs, but he put a video up. And he shoot about a 6-inch group at 70 yards. So that's good enough to kill a goat, I guess. But
that's still pretty amazing to shoot that far, that accurate with archery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's come a long way.
So, I feel guilty last year. I didn't even get my bow out of the case. And I'll get out. It's so hot. It's just so hot. And then it turns into work days at hunting clubs. And by the time I get home, it's hard to set up out here and shoot. I thought about putting me a ladder stand up out on that light pole out there by the shed, by the studio shed. And then I could just set me some targets up down there by my neighbor's house. And I could shoot. I mean, I got my buck target. I could just roll him down there. So I really don't have an excuse. Like I said, I don't hunt them or hate them like I did. It's still more fun.
Well, and you come in after a hot day and that air conditioning.
I just don't. That's why the studio slowed down. If I can make myself go out there like I did the last couple of days, I can get something done. But I cannot make myself get up and go. I could have went out there and been working, waiting on you. But I come in here and I sit down. I got me a good cold glass of ice cold tea, not a beer. Not no brown water, iced tea. And I just couldn't get up. Me and the dog sit and watch MASH. And I watched boats go up and down. I can't even get out and go fishing. Right now it's time to go fishing, about dark. This is the time to go. We need to do that one night. Just maybe after a podcast, what we need to get some live bait, take my boat and run over there to a light and just drop down, try to catch some stripe for a couple of hours.
I'm sure they've went deep by now.
You can catch them. You can still get them 25, 30 feet under a light, under a dock. They'll come up that light chasing those bait fish.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. You know, that's how I got started. We'd fish till we didn't know what we was doing. We stayed the same light all night. Finally, they'd come through. You know, we catch one or two, and we was thrilled.
If my stepdad wouldn't have had the medical problems he does now, we would have a blast in the spring of the year. That was his plan, to be a striper guy when he retired, and man, he knows where they're at here.
You know, I thought about that. You know, retirement, doing something like that, but I don't even get the spring striper fish.
No, because
I guess when I get too old to run them up and down them hills, I might get in the boat and go fishing.
I'll just row you to a blind.
I'll get me one of them buggy cart things, and I'll take over. By then, Christopher King, he'll have one. I'll just push him right on out, and I'll just take his little buggy out in the woods. Because that's
track chair.
Yeah, track chair.
I'll have me one when it comes time.
Well, you know, I was looking at Walmart the other day on their little scooters, and I believe you could put a set of mud grips on the back of them. I was thinking about stealing one of them.
Soup it up.
You know, I thought about if I knew where they hid those GPSs in them electric scooters they got downtown in Birmingham you can rent, I'd swipe me one of them things, and I'd scoot that thing down the road into the forest. Can you imagine have your turkey vest on, your shotgun over your shoulder, and you're on a scooter through the woods?
I tried to imagine that. You won't let us get e-bikes.
I'm not going to get...
You said we'll get killed on them.
Even if I didn't get killed, I may never heal. Could you imagine that thing getting away from you, or you losing control and
over
going
in that
off?
gravel and the bank head over?
I ain't even worried about the bank. I was thinking about Nebraska, because that's where I'd really want one to go up the hill and ride all them tops.
Yeah.
But then you lose it and you go off in one of them ravines. You can't even walk down them. Hell, the turkeys can't go down them.
We couldn't walk up some of them.
No. No. But anyway, let's get back over this. We've been told we get off topic too much. Let's get back to the bow shoot. We're going to be over there that Saturday. That'll be an all-day event.
Got us a nice place to stay.
Supposedly it's nice. We'll see. You seen pictures? I ain't seen no pictures yet. I don't know. I hope we ain't sleeping in the same bed.
We're staying at Alex's dad's house.
I know.
Shoot, no, man. We'll
I bet
be good.
it's one bed.
Uh-uh.
We got to find out something now.
I bet he's got a recliner.
You know, that woman in Oklahoma tried to give us a single king bed. Had to let her know that we weren't that close.
We weren't together.
No, we're
together.
not. No, So,
the other guy gave us two. He knew you were my dad.
And we didn't have no dog, thank God.
Yeah, I got asked the dog question a ton of times.
So after the bow shoot, what's coming up after that? We got anything going on?
I think that actually slows the calendar down some, but it's going to be time
now
to
it's
start.
work days at the hunting camp.
Work days to hunt camp, studio, work on studio.
So studio work day, her work. I've got field work to do. I've got to get lime out and ash.
I think I'm just going to have to go down there with you and let's make that happen.
Didn't I fire them up today?
Yeah.
On the old turkey page, boy. And if any of y'all listening, I don't care. Listen, if you ain't doing something to help the turkeys, you're hurting them. And I think I'm helping them. Those turkeys have never had an opening to even get in for the most part until I bought that piece of property. Didn't even see a turkey out there until this year. I've been all over. Saw one hen when I bought the property. And now, jump on our TikTok. It may be even on the Meat and Two Facebook page. I think I put it over there too. But I put a video up. I put a feeder out. No whole corn, no alpha toxins. I did put some scratch feed in it. It's cracked corn, but millet and wheat and everything that's in scratch feed. Only for the turkeys. And then I bought, did you see the guy that asked me? I bought a poultry block.
Poultry block.
Never heard of a poultry block. So I went and got a picture of it for him. I think they thought I was lying. But all it is it's like a suet block it's a giant bird feeder block. So what it is, it's got black oil sunflower seeds and millet and all kinds of
I like this
stuff.
comment. Well, I mean, I don't need one, but I just...
He was trying to be smart, Alec, what it was.
Right.
I'm just glad I didn't have a picture of me wearing green pants.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh, well, that got all over old Nick, didn't it? Oh, boy, you can't kill no turkeys unless you're wearing that solid green.
He
Dave
might have been
Owens
one of them
pants.
commented on your post.
I don't
today.
care. Listen, they don't know. I don't care if I fire them up or don't fire them up. Hey, it got a few things happening on the page. I'll put some more up there. I wish you know what I should do? I should take one. I've still got a frozen turkey carcass in the freezer where if I keep forgetting to throw it in the trash the day of the thing, I should say, y'all were right. Look at this. The coyotes done eat my turkeys.
Well, tell them about the picture I sent to you yesterday.
Oh, man. We need to put that on. We'll put that on our page.
Can't put it on TikTok.
No TikTok. Well, that's not a man killing.
I don't know how they feel about that.
Yeah,
be
it may not.
really-
Anyway, yeah, on one of your clubs you're in, brand a 2-day-old fawn. You feel pretty sure it's 2 days. The fawns are dropping right now.
Within a few days, I mean, because we had videos of it just barely been able to walk with Mama. I'm talking about it was wobbly.
And then you sent me a picture of what?
Yesterday of a blue tick coonhound with the fawn in its mouth.
Yep.
Dead.
Crushed dead in its mouth. Not a coyote, people. This was house dogs.
Had a collar on with a nameplate. I can't see what the nameplate is, but I'll be looking for the dog, and I'm gonna have a conversation with the owner because
You gonna get a leg trap and catch him?
no, we quit doing that as far as
so
because of that. We caught a house dog one time.
That's
and,
all right. That needs caught.
well, he come through on me a couple times last year, and I'm pretty sure he ran some deer during hunting season. I could hear him. You know, I mean, he's a blue tick. I knew it was a hound, but we're gonna find the owner and try to have a conversation with him.
Well-
I mean, Winston County, there is no leash law or anything like that.
And I was gonna say we all live in the country.
Yep.
My dogs roam free. They don't go far, but they'll get out a mile away from here. I've seen them that far away. They don't, of course, they're like kids. Your kids never do anything wrong. Not my babies, but a dog and a kid too. Once they get out of your sight, you don't know what they do. So mine roam free. I'm not going to say a whole lot. Now, if somebody come to me and said, "Hey, I was doing so and so, and your dogs got over here in my trash, or your dogs killed my cat," which is highly possible because they hate cats.
Yeah, they'll tree them all day.
Oh man, they'll put them up a tree. There's one over here. They tree every time I walk them around. They run that thing up a tree. I'm afraid they're going to catch it one day. He had a groundhog out here the other day up under, and some cross ties down that other house up in the hole. I said, keep sticking that head up in there. I said, oh, big boy's going to grab that nose and that lip. Of course, I was kind of hoping he would. But anyway, we'll be working on the studio the rest of the fall. Work days at the hunting camp, doing these podcasts.
Transitioning over into
Yeah, hopefully,
your season.
and I can't wait. I can't wait till we get it done and we're out there. And, I don't know what the wives, what they'll have to gripe about. My wife, anyway, griping about us being in here in the kitchen. And, somewhere for the guests to come in. And, I hope they pull up and they go, wow, that was a utility shed. I can't believe it.
I think it'd be really cool too if once we get it set up, we put a computer out there that stays and we can kind of do everything there, and you're not really tracking back and
Yeah.
forth.
Oh yeah. Don't have to move nothing. It'll change the world on this. Well, and, it's easier. I mean, nobody's minded coming in here and sitting at the table
No,
and doing anything. Actually, they've been excited. And, but we can have more guests come in and, if somebody wants to spend the night, got extra room. I mean, hopefully one of these days we'll get some of them Talk About It boys come over here and hang out with us for a weekend. After us going to Wallaby, what is it?
Alaska.
2 years in a row, and they hadn't come over here. Matter of fact, they stubbed their nose at us at the Deer Expo this year. And I know they've been busy, but come on, guys, give them calling competition.
Well, we were talking, and I think the weekend they come to the calling contest, they've got to turn around, and Sunday is that annual golf tournament that Nick holds. I think that's Sunday, so they got to turn and burn Saturday.
He ain't going to be worth the crap Sunday. If he's going all day long in that competition, and then they got another 5-6 hour ride back home.
They're still young. Just keep that in mind.
That's true. That's true. They still wear diapers. in my world anyway. I'm not far from a diaper.
You start out that way and you end up that way.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was that. You born with no hair, no teeth. By the time you die, you ain't got no hair, no teeth, and you're in a diaper. That's true. But anyway, so what else? Anything major going on in
No,
school be starting back up?
Thankful for a little bit of rain we've been getting.
It ain't rained that much over here.
It's been spotty, but
it ain't even knocked the dust down hardly. Are you trying to play footsie with me? I'm way over here.
I had a
That's
leg
the way it
cramp.
was at that Mexican restaurant that night. I kept, what is that? Oh, that's you stretched out over there
Stomping
with
my
your feet.
toes.
Oh, people, if you just knew. People. I'm not supposed to say people no more, but I'm saying it, people.
The meeting two nation.
The nation. Hey, and I will say our TikTok page is really growing. If y'all hadn't been on TikTok, or if you're on TikTok, look us up. We got some good video stuff, and I think it's doing really well. It's actually doing better than our Facebook. So if Facebook people, get out there and like us. Go like this podcast. Go follow us. If you're listening to this and you haven't followed us or went and gave us a review, please. It helps us. It gets the word out. I mean, we don't make no money off of this. We're doing it for free. But the more people we can reach, the more followers we can get, the better the podcast can do and grow. I remember old Fistful of Dirt when he didn't have 100 people listening to him. He's got 40,000 or better listening every week. And this week, it was kind of like this podcast, but I don't know if you listen to it or not, because I'm a podcast listener to the ones I like. I don't just go out and say I want to listen to blah, blah, blah and go, but whatever. But anyway, he had a second cousin that was a helicopter paramedic.
Yeah.
It was interesting, really interesting. Most of their hunting calls on the podcast, people fell out of tree stands. I can't believe people are still climbing trees without safety belts.
Hey, I mean, I'll wear one in a ladder stand.
And it's the time of the year, everybody. Get your gear out. You can lay it all out. Check your straps. Check your cables. Check your safety belt. Look, these safety belts have expiration dates on them.
And them ratchet straps on them tree stands, Harbor Freight got them, change them out every year.
There's nothing. It's a whole lot easier to change them out while they're still up there good than when they break and you're trying to climb up a wiggly ladder stand.
Or they break with you.
Oh,
and
exactly.
you ain't able to put them back.
And when you hit the ground, your hunting's over. I don't know many people that's hit the ground that's got up and got to continue their hunting. Not that year or ever sometimes, maybe dead. So, when I used to write a little article for, what was it? Alabama Outdoor News or whatever, GON. It was the sister one over here, AON. And I every article, it was basically a hunting update type deal. But I said, if you climb trees, wear your safety belt. And now I do. If I'm climbing, I didn't even climb a tree last year, to be honest. But I've got certain ladder stands when I get them. They're so high, I put on safety belt.
Yeah.
Most people don't, though.
Oh, I know. I used to wouldn't, but I mean, given age, weight.
Age?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, anything could happen is what I'm saying.
Oh, I know.
And I mean, I've had friends that are like gym buffs and all that, and they died of heart attacks. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. So
get your equipment out, though. Pull it out. Get your backpack out. Go through your pack. Listen, my biggest thing is, especially at bow season, I don't carry the same things during bow season I carry during firearm season. First off, it's warm weather most of the time. I may carry my rangefinder, thin gloves. Make sure you got your releases. Check your releases, too. That's something. All of that. You drop away rest.
your strings.
Your bow. If you don't do it yourself, you need to carry that bow into a qualified shop and let them. That string, it don't last forever.
And make sure you wax it. Keep it waxed.
not your crossbow string.
No, but I'm saying, yeah.
Don't wax your crossbow string.
Unless
I think
you
they
buy-
got a special deal.
I've got that. Yeah.
I need to borrow some of that.
I've got two. I couldn't find the one I ordered, so I ordered another. I got an extra.
Oh,
one.
okay,
I'll
good.
pass it down.
So anyway, but dude, check all that. Now's the time to do it. Don't wait till the night before you got to get up at 4 a.m. to go climb in your stand. Check your dang headlamps or flashlight if you carry them. I wear a headlamp.
Make sure you got toilet paper
Toilet paper
for different reasons.
Dude wipes.
Marking. And
Listen.
for emergencies.
I have had to use underwear before, not to mark. Well, they were marked, but toilet paper for sure. If you're blood trailing a deer,
Yep.
especially if you want to go back and get some help, put that toilet paper down where you shot the deer at. So in the nighttime, if it's daytime when you shoot and you get back over there and it's after dark, everything looks different.
That last drop of blood.
That last
is a
drop
good
of
thing
blood.
to mark.
You need to put that toilet paper up there, stick it on a stick right there by it, whatever. And then, hey, if you can't find no more blood, then, you know, I'm not the greatest blood trailer in the world, but I'm better than a lot. You know, start making those small circles and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then do it again. Do it 3 times.
And if that fails, call a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. There's enough dogs out there now that
Really good ones.
I wish I had one. I always said I was going to train one. We always had one with the old guys that are old.
A friend of mine bought 2, and he knows during the winter I'm kind of slow. And the lady that he bought them from was going to train them and all. So he was wanting me to, run the dog or work the dogs for him during the winter. And I don't know what happened. That fell through. I don't know what happened.
I can tell you, a hurricane happened, and you worked all winter, and you didn't see him no more.
He never received the dogs.
Oh,
So that was a big problem. You can't do it without the dogs.
no, it's hard to have a blood trailing dog when you don't have a dog.
Well, on my recipe
Oh
segment tonight,
yeah. Let's get to that because we're running.
I'm
We're
gonna hit
we're
this
going to try to
quick.
make this short and not drag it out so long. Let's talk about our meat and 2 recipe of the week. What do you got?
This week we're going to talk about white sauce.
Winston
County white sauce. Yep. And this recipe will be for a half gallon. So, time you do a couple of barbecues, you'll be like, well, it's time to make another half gallon. But a friend of mine, she gave me this recipe, and we love it.
You make it all the time?
Yeah. With, I prefer Duke's mayonnaise. That's what I make it with.
Who don't?
Well, yeah.
If you don't.
I've made it with Sawyer's. It's pretty good with Sawyer's, but the Duke's is definitely my pick. But like I say, this would be to make a half gallon. If you don't want to make a half gallon, if you just want to make a quart, you can cut all this in half. We've done that before. But you start out with 2 quarts of mayo, 3/4 cups of sugar, 3/4 cups of vinegar, just white vinegar.
White vinegar, okay.
3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of accent.
What is accent?
It's in a little white thing.
Okay.
It's a seasoning. 2 teaspoons of salt, 3/4 tablespoons of Louisiana hot sauce, and 2 tablespoons of black pepper.
Okay.
And that's it. It's pretty
pretty
easy,
simple.
and it's and really I like to go ahead and mix it up and put it in the refrigerator, and it's better the next day. It kind of marries.
So you pour your mayonnaise out in a big bowl, and you just start pouring this stuff in and mixing it
with
all
a whisk.
together.
Yeah,
With a whisk?
I just whisk it, and then
Does it get runny? Is it runny?
No, this is a little thicker.
It's thick?
Yeah,
Okay.
where it actually stick on a sandwich.
Okay, so it stays pretty much mayonnaise-y.
Yeah. Like you could put it in one of those little plastic squirt bottles and
Yeah, okay.
and use it. You don't have to spoon it out or nothing.
White sauce was invented in Alabama.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until a few months ago.
Yep.
Heard the Meat Eater boys talking about it. Not the Meat and 2, but we are for sale, Meat Eater. And Mossy Oak. Hey, cuz, one of these days you're going to be listening to this podcast. I know one of these days you will listen. We love the product. We love it.
Yeah, we got a whole
Matter of
order.
fact, yeah.
Got a brand new order in from
Got a
us,
brand
yeah.
new order in. We got some of that. Oh, what do y'all call it? Original. Excuse me, I got strangled there begging. I had to wear that original when it was original. I like the new Bottomland. So I'll be a new Bottomland at the expo. But back to Cuz. or Lauren, put in a word for us. I know you got Toxie's ear. Somebody over there needs meeting too on the pro staff. I mean, they already think we are. We could lie about it, but we're not going to lie. We just tell them we love it. We're not asking for anything free. We just want to be a part of the Mossy Oak family.
We got asked that several times in South Dakota.
Yes, we did.
But I guess when you're Mossy Oak from head to toe and your totes have Mossy Oak stickers on them and everything you pull out, your firearms are Mossy Oak, I guess.
Yeah, it was Greenleaf to New Bottomland, everything. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to keep doing it. I can't help it. Every week, you'll know when they've gave us the call and gave us the nod, said, yeah, boys, come on into the fold because we'll do a whole podcast on it. But yeah, we do have just got those shirts in. Going to get some hats to go in, and probably not for like a merchandise sale, but kind of give to friends and
guests,
that kind of thing. So,
and thanks North Alabama Outdoor Sportsman for the coffee mugs.
Yes,
very nice.
Looking at mine right now. Look at it. It's over there by the coffee pot. My turkey foot coffee cup. How do you like that turkey foot? You just finally drank out of it. We're going a little longer, but I want to hear about the coffee cup.
It's like, I mean, it just makes the coffee more special.
It does.
And I'll tell you, I don't know anything about all that stuff, but whatever it's made of, it holds heat.
Yeah.
Like your coffee stays warm for a while.
It's not that little cheap. That's handmade.
Well, I didn't know it till the other day.
That might be Georgia clay for all I know.
When I washed mine and flipped it over, I didn't know it. She signed the bottom of them.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
You don't look at... She's an artist. That's a piece of art.
My wife washes dishes. I just had to wash mine the other day.
Hey.
No, she'll tell you.
Listen, that's not just a coffee cup. Truly, it's a piece of art. She's an artist.
Yeah, she does a great job on those.
But anyway, all right. I think we should wrap this thing up. Get on out of here. Next week we'll recap the show, the deer show, and we'll be excited about heading down to Tuscaloosa to the calling contest and seeing what Peyton can do. And matter of fact, we may have her on the podcast afterwards if she'll get on here. Just kind of talk about the contest and what she experienced, that kind of thing.
Post action.
Yeah. Talk about that trophy or whatever, or non-trophy or what. I mean, this isn't about winning anything. This is just about having a good time.
And it'll be interesting to see and listen. And
I have walked into a few contests, but I've never stayed for a complete contest, start to finish. I don't know if I can do it this time either, but
if you get bored, you go shop and come back.
I guess.
You never know. I might get you on that brown water and get you through up on stage for it. So
I don't know. I might be calling from the back. I'm going to get back there. I'm going to do a squawk. I'll wait till old Alex gets up there, and I'll sit in the back, and he'll be doing some kind of Jake you up, and I'll out back there, and the judges won't know.
I can get Baker to go with us. He says he calls it Chinese turkeys is what he calls it. That's why he calls it.
Well, you heard my seminar I gave in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It'll call them in 600 yards.
Yep.
When the wind's 485 miles an hour.
If they ever start a grass division, I'll probably get in it.
You did really well.
I know.
You got a lot of views.
I got made fun of.
That's all right. That's what we're here for.
Oh, yeah. Let us be the bun of the joke.
Yeah. I have been most of my life. All right. I think we ought to wrap it up.
Yep. Hope to see all you guys this weekend. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. Get on there, like us, give us some reviews.
Tell your
Check
friends.
us out. Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell them they don't want to miss this good information. And with hunting season coming on, we're right around the corner. It's only going to get better and better from here on out too. We're just in a slow time of the year. Exciting time, but slow time. Waiting on that first good cold morning.
Plenty of work to do though. Especially when
days are already getting shorter.
When you add in all the lawn stuff and all, summers are busy.
Waiting on the first frost, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess until next week.
That's it.
We'll see you then, people. Meeting Two Nation out.